Alright, welcome back everybody to the ECC Division 3 playoffs. Of course, we just saw there in our second semi-final a Game 7 overtime, but it was Ascension Kronos who managed to close it out against Team Nitro Omega. Now we're here for the third place matchup between the Ascension main team and Team Nitro Omega again. Of course, coming off that Game 7 OT loss, it's going to be tough for them, but they got to reset and come back into the series strong. And of course, we've got a bit of a caster change here. Of course, Faded still here, but we've got the one and only Danny joining us in the casting booth today. How are you today, mate?
I'm not too bad, and by the sounds of it, Faded, your voice etching with an excitement that came around that those best of sevens drained the excitement that will be still thrilling. You talked about the team unfortunately coming straight back. That was a grueling second game, but unfortunately for them, they'll have to find a way of bouncing on back.
Yeah, indeed. It seems to tell me there's a bit of an issue. The server will get that fixed. But yeah, Team Nitro Omega, they got to find a way to bounce back in this next series. Of course, it was a really tough loss, I must say, for them. But surely they can bounce back and do it again. They're a very strong side in Division 3, so I hope they can do it once more. And as for Ascension, of course, they played very well themselves in their series against Darklight, but of course they couldn't get past the final hurdle. They got battered in that last game, and so we'll have to see how they will do in this game. So hopefully we can get the players in the server now, see if we do get them in. So yeah, I think we'll just hop straight into the predictions, Danny. We're a bit behind schedule, so I think we will just hop straight into it. I'm gonna hand it to you first, actually. Who have you got to win this match?
Well, you said battered in Game 7. I thought Ascension was quite poor throughout the series. Didn't think they were that good. So, unfortunately, I'm going to go against them, and I'm going to go 4-2 in the series.
Alright, 4-2 to Team Nitro Omega is the prediction from Danny. I will have to say, considering how Team Nitro played in that last series, I'm going to agree with you and go with them as well. I feel like, comparing them, Team Nitro look, a lot more like a team, I guess. They, can connect very well with each other on the passes, which they do that better than a lot of teams in this division. And but sometimes they can be a bit too passive maybe, and change up their roles and just not play too well to their strengths, which we saw time and time again in that last game. But if they can bring their best selves to this match, then surely they can dominate the Ascension side here and get into the promotion playoffs. But without any further ado, we've got all the players in the server and we're ready to go. So let's get ourselves into the first game right after the map animation. Okay, here we are into the third place playoff. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Ascension and Team Nitro Omega. Let's see who can secure a promotion playoff spot. And we'll also see who will be staying in Division 3 for Season 6. It's going to be a tough battle for both these teams. Let's see who'll come out on top. It's early pressure now. First side, Team Nitro Omega. Now Cherry versus one down the field. Onto the backward. There's a free shot here for Dennis, but Tempest holding well on the defensive line will get this one away. Now Chucho back into the centre again. Jones this time will send it away. Wall into Tempest, back into Wall, trying to get a passing play going, but Cherry will just shut that one down. Drops into the corner. Tempest will be putting this one back down the field. Chucho now crossing it over his own box. Will be Cherry to work it back down the field. Wall dropping that one down. And now it's Cherry getting a demo onto the defender there. It's safe from Jones, but it's a free shot here for Cherry. Just slots it in. Ascension, who have been pretty much all in the offense here, get the first goal here.
Well, as you said, gets the demo up, winds up, sort of the position winds up. Jones, awkward little ball. You just actually have to drop it, allow your third man a bit of trust and communication. Sweep one by. Fortunately, in that case, that awkward little team play wouldn't have occurred. But as you said, there was a nice little bit of development coming right through this opening side from Nitro Omega, but they just need to slightly find a faster pace because the slow, methodical play will suit for the teams who are more happy to grind it on out that this Ascension side can do.
Yeah, indeed, and it's what granted Ascension that first goal. They're used to this style of play, and if Team Nitro are not playing that, you know, faster style of play they were playing earlier, where they were just looking for those passes to each other and trying to work the ball down the field that way, then, well, it's not going to yield them much. But as I said that, there was a chance for them there, but Dennis was the one to shut it down. Now, here comes Chucho on the attack. Got a lot of time to work with, no one actually challenging this. He gets the flick wall, very patient, no to wait for that. Now, Cherry missing that one. Dennis puts it onto the backboard again, looking for another touch. Doesn't land contact. It's just right there in front of the box there for Nitro Omega, but now they get a booming clear down the field, and it is a shot for Tempest. He will get it. The whiff on the backboard there for the defender, and that is the equaliser now.
Well, that was a fabulous bit of an opportunity. Stacks it to the backboard. Cherry scrambled upon, but Dennis, well, boost over ball, and frankly, caught on that one. You have to be aware that your man's trying to sweep across. Yes, it's a nice idea. Trying to get the pass. If you're not able to trust him, play defensive. There's nothing wrong with that. League play, you can slightly take a few risks. Yes, you say, playoff in the best of 7. You have to play a little bit conservative in the opening game, feel each other out, test them, and the 2 goals really have came through. Slight few mistakes, and Cherry is trying to punish, but not able to turn quick enough.
Yeah, not quick enough, you said there, but as we say that, another chance coming up in Nitro Omega off the post and out though. And it is Jones again. You know, we saw that last series. He was having a bit of trouble with his shooting. You're playing against the post or the crossbar quite often. It's now halfway through this game. It's Ascension back to the attack. Dennis tries to put it to the far post. Wall will save it away. Here comes Jones. Drops it down for Wall. Cherry puts it into the corner. It's Tempest out to the side. Cherry with a demo on the Tempest. It will weaken this attack, but still Wall keeps it going. Lays it off for Jones. Try to put that one top corner. And now it's back to the other end. As we see Tempest touching that one into the mid. There's Cherry tapping it back down. Dennis tries to get a demo onto Jones, which he does, and it gives Chucho a free ball. Now Dennis trying to find a shot there. Was a good angle, but Tempest recognising that and getting it away. So Cherry is dropping into the box. Jones will clear down the field, and then they got plenty of time to work with. Chucho a little bit awkward with no boost actually, but he's managing to just make good work of this ball actually. Gets a pass to and now gives it to Dennis. Very nice work from Chucho. And now we see Jones in possession of the ball, getting it past one, but not past anymore. So now there's 2 players after this. Tempest going to take control, trying to get a centre, but he took way too much time. Allowed Dennis for that challenge. Now Dennis going for a demo potential, but no one's pushing from his team actually. So now we're approaching the final minute here. You know, both these teams playing a little bit more timid now. You know, starting to recognise, okay, just need to feel each other out a little bit more. And you allow the other team to make the mistake, because what caused the first 2 goals mainly is, you know, individual mistakes, I feel like.
Well, you're absolutely right there, Faded. Yes, the mistakes were there. Yes, it was done by a little bit of a solo play. And the second time the mistake comes in, Jones able to capitalise it right through. Just a moment when you talk about centralised down the middle, a deadly sin. Well, frankly, I think maybe a hope and a prayer is required for Ascension.
Yeah, indeed. What we were talking about this in the last series with Jams, you know, what are the sins of Rocket League, putting the ball across the net like that. You cannot do that because someone will capitalise on it, and it happened again with Jones. We were criticising him for his shot accuracy in the last series. Does come out with a goal of his own, and now it is 40 seconds left. Wall with an excellent demo there, but Tempest whiffing that one, a bit uncharacteristic of him. But still, it will be the lead for Team Nitro Omega, so not a huge concern. As now out to the side, Wall with a bit of an awkward touch. Might have had the reset there, could have gotten to the ball again, but decides not to use it. As now Cherry into the corner for Chucho, tries to drop it into the box, gets another touch, but it just grants a clear for the opposition. Tempest into the corner, and now Ascension really got attacked now, but that is a move down the field. Thankfully Jones was able to react quick enough. So Chucho into the centre. Can someone get to it? It's a double commit for Ascension. I think Tempest will just let this one die. And it's Team Nitro Omega who will be getting his first game win, Danny.
Yeah, the first win. Not really much in the sense of turns here to break down and analyse. 3 mistakes, 3 goals, simple as it gets. But again, they know what's on stake. Nerves. I hate to say I've been here before, Faded, but it's an awkward situation. You have to trust your team. Comms are vital, but more importantly, they just need to steady the ship.
Yeah, indeed. The comms, as you say, absolutely crucial in these situations, especially in the playoffs. You got to know what each other are doing, because if there's a little bit of miscommunication in there, it could cause everything to go down a hill. And we've seen it time and time again in just this playoff stream alone, where communication issues have plagued one of the teams. And so we'll have to see how Ascension recuperates going into this next game. Got to clean up on those mistakes, trust each other a little bit more, as you said, Danny. So let's say they handle it going into the second game. Well, here we go into the second game. Team Nitro Omega just barely taking that first game. Not a lot much we could say about it, but as I say that, a really quick goal coming out from Ascension here right at the kickoff. What happened here, Danny?
Just a simple, basic technique. They'll run across the line of the position. If you're able to just hit that ball slightly off skewed centre, anybody with a dead kickoff, able to pop around, rams it straight home, 3 seconds. Ascension's able to find that response, quickly gets it into it, so it will do it confidence, and if they're smart enough, they'll play the rest of the series 0-0 and forget about that little bonus, shall we say, with a 1 goal.
Yeah, of course, that's a good mentality to have, that you mention it, you know. You always imagine the game as 0-0, no matter what, and if you imagine it like that, you theoretically should play the game the same way throughout the entire game. Of course, there are exceptions when, you know, maybe you're down a bit too much, but as I say that, Tempest with the angle right there onto the net, and it didn't take them long to get back into this game, Danny.
Well, that's why from the kickoff goal, concede something so sloppy as that. It's a good through ball into Tempest. And the angle, as you said, it was sublime. Top drawer stuff coming out as well. But 30 seconds both the two comes. It's just a bit unusual here that Ascension are playing as fluid as we normally like to see them, but they have opportunities, and that's all what they can ask for in this playoff scenario. Yeah,
the opportunities are key for Ascension. They've had a lot of them in the last game and in this series so far, but they've got to find many more of them. I would look to Dennis to be doing that. In the last series we saw him in, he was just going ham on the offense, you know, trying to generate chances, and he did a great job of it, but he's been a little bit quieter this series. I've not been seeing him doing as much. But there may be Cherry's the one to go to as well, because he was getting some good chances as well late into the last series. So let's see how they manage that. While dropping this one down, it's Tempest. It's the centre. Cherry bangs it down the field, and it's now Chucho. Putting it to the side. Dennis. Try to put it to the corner. Chucho, not sure what he can do with this. He decides to go for the solo play. Gets the flick, but it's well wide of the net. And another great clear coming out from Tempest. It's now Cherry. With a light touch. Tempest puts it to the centre. Cherry cuts it in, and he's got one more defender to beat. He does do it. It's a wide open net, and Chucho will put it into the top right. There's great stuff there from Cherry to give his teammate the goal.
Oh, fully sublime. Once the first man was beaten, the second was literally ready for the taking. Chucho, mind you. Oh, that shooting accuracy, it is wild to say the least. He needs to tame it down. He has a whole left side of the net to aim for, and he picks the only spot realistically where the keeper could have saved it. Either he's trying to warm himself up or just playing with fire at the moment.
Yeah, indeed. You got a question like, okay, top corner, you know, bit of finesse on that, but play a little bit safer maybe next time, Chucho. I know you want to impress everyone, but as I say that is a big whiff from Chucho, but thankfully Dennis could come back to save it, and now Cherry mid-air demo on Tempest. Could have resulted in a goal as well, I feel like, but it was off the crossbar and out regardless. So Cherry puts it back down the field. Tempest trying to control this. Jones takes over. Now Cherry has got quite a bit of time to work with. Puts it towards the wall where Jones is waiting though. Here comes Wall. With a bit of a weak touch there. And Cherry back down the field. And now here comes Dennis, puts it into the side wall, not going to do much with that. Jones into wall, but Chucho, excellent interception on that. Tempest chipping it high, going to follow it himself, Cherry, with a good block though. He will take another touch. Now Jones into the box. Tempest lurking right below him, not really where you want to see him in that situation, maybe a bit further back. Now Dennis a little bit awkward here, a bit of hesitation, but he does manage to get the clear, and he could actually have the potential shot. Takes the 50, Chucho. Now trying to get to that one. And so Danny, 2 minutes left. It seems like things have calmed down a little bit in this game now, finally. Both these teams are just back and forth action at the moment. But only take one opportunity, I feel like, to really set this game off again.
As you say, that one opportunity, both the two teams quite happy just to have that opportunity, sit back and reset in their opportunities when they can get them. It's again, the main point I normally would like to look at is pace and positioning in this here by Chucho. I don't know if he's trying to play cheeky or not. He could have rolled that one in simply, but he will have a bit of flair into the finish this time around, but oh, I'm not quite happy with it.
I mean, I can understand that. I guess he was going for the pre-flip or something. That won't get you into pre-flip gang, by the way, Chucho, if you're wondering. But at least he got the goal right. But it was off the post and then he's just playing with fire, as he did earlier with Danny. And I would like to see him just play that a bit more safe, right? You don't need to be that fancy. Just get the goal and move on. But he did get the goal either way. 3-1 lead now for Ascension as this one goes towards their box. Dennis goes at the other end, and Tempest with a pretty strange cut into his teammate, but still, they will have possession there. Now Chucho, it's back into the middle. Wall does have a shooting chance, and he will just blast it through. And there is another chance here for Team Nitro Omega in this game.
It's a nice actual chisel, apparently worked at the defense, and Jones should be credited much more than that play alone. Yes, the ball pops around, but a little hesitation, and Dennis forces him to jump up, and bang, it goes in 3-2, and that nice little flurry for the pre-flips or application for might look good, but a 1-goal margin, not so necessarily what you want to be facing in this scenario in game 2.
Yeah, indeed. You mentioned Dennis about that hesitation. I've seen him just, having a bit of indecision. He's like, do I go for this or not? And really, in this scenario, you just want to go for it. But as I say that, I believe that was an own goal from the defense of Team Nitro Omega. And yeah, I believe it was. And that's what will give Ascension another 2-goal leads.
I think at this situation here, arguably you can't even say own goal, it's really a scramble if you can get to the ball, just clear the lines. Neither did at that point, and frankly 4-2 Ascension, they're right in a little bit of luck here on this one. Wouldn't say it's massive full of skill, but they are getting the pressure points and they are able to exploit it at times. But 30 seconds still left, Vita. This could be another twist and tail still in this one.
Yeah, I do think so. If, Team Nitro Omega could pull something out of the bag, but here comes Ascension. They're back on the attack again. Dennis finding a shot. Chucho push that one through. He does get taken out a little for the game, but he will still keep the pressure on. And now Dennis misses that one. This could be a chance here, but Chucho, great clearance out. Now Cherry will just look to clear it out. He actually misses a touch on that one, but it will act as a fake, I guess. As now 1 second left. Well, looking to get the consolation, but it will just drop on the ground. Ascension, they do respond and tie up the series.
Well, I'll be honest with you, I'm surprised. I know I have them to lose at 4-2 in the series, but Ascension, they are one of those teams who are punching above their weight, and I love the fact they're trying. I love the fact they're trying to get it to their opposition and say, what have you got? They just need to realize that they're going to play that style. They have to keep the opportunities, keep forcing it, and make sure the boost is completely dwindle, or Nitro Omega will just run rampant in game 3, 4, and 5. Yeah,
we've seen Team Nitro Omega just, go absolutely ham. We've seen them in the last series, actually. I think they stomped Ascension Core like 6-1 in one of the games, and it was that was mainly off of Tempest, just putting every single shot into the net, quite literally. So see what happens if Ascension can keep this run of momentum going in the third game. Here we go, it's the third game, Ascension. They've answered back, they've got themselves a win on the boards. The question is, can they continue this momentum on, or will Team Nitro Omega return to themselves that we do know and love from the previous series, where they were putting up some great numbers in terms of scoring. And it looks to be Tempest maybe to do that first, but decides not to go for that one, maybe the smarter choice. Chucho, trying to find a shot, he is blocked out. Tempest trying to get to this one. Instant midfield of the game, but now Cherry, he's actually chasing this one, trying to find an interception, but he just pinches it into his own half. Chucho with another banging clear, it is Tempest. He will send it to the sides. Chucho, infield to Dennis, but there's not a lot of power on that. Chucho still going for this, but it will not amount to anything. Cherry into the centre, wall with a dangerous touch, but Jones will be there to send it away. Now Chucho attempted pass, I think, to his teammate there, but that is an excellent touch from Jones off of Wall's pass. And Team Nitro Omega got their first goal.
For a second there, I thought Ascension might have had a little moment of brilliance from attacking Perez. And they left Cherry all alone, and Jones is able to pluck and stuff that one straight on target. It was a lovely bit of position. It forces the keeper to jump, and you know what? If you're not able to read it, you're going to have a horrible night. But hopefully Dennis's transition this time around can maybe spark a few creativities, shall we say.
Yeah, let's hope they can do that. We'd love to see that from Ascension. They're down early in this game, but they are capable of making comebacks if they can, but not if this is happening. Tempest slots it underneath the last man, and that's what we love to see out of Team Nitro Omega, getting themselves the extensions to their leads.
It's a good extension of that lead, as you did put it towards it, but Dennis, he was in the right position. He saw Cherry on the wall. There was a mistake there. Unfortunately, Dennis decided to bite onto that one. It will be a costly mistake. And do you know what? It feels like Ascension is just trying to chase these little small gaps, and they get a very fortuitous bump goal, and that will do for a 90 seconds, a 1-goal margin.
My goodness, what was that from Cherry? My goodness, some of these goals that Ascension have been scoring have just been mind-blowing, and maybe in the wrong way, and make it sound like it's a good thing, but these gimmicky plays, yeah, I guess they are working. And, you know, it got them a goal back, so they'll be happy with that. And hopefully they can ride this back into maybe equalising and even winning the game. But not if Jones can get himself another goal there. The defensive Ascension just broke down. And, yeah, fast response from Team Nitro Omega once more, Danny.
Oh, it's exactly what you want to do when you see one of those type of goals that's just been scored against you. So we're going, is it luck, is it skill, or is it just one of those flukes that just happens in 1 in 1,000 chances? Perfect response, gets it on the double. Ascension, frankly, scrambling, couldn't even get themselves sorted. And do you know what? They still haven't found themselves into this playoff scenario to keep their chances alive effectively. Other than that, it doesn't seem like very favourable for them, and Nitro is happily banging that ball straight down. Bang goes another 1-4-1. Ascension, I think your dream's over.
Yeah, I would say that. That is just brilliant stuff there. Tempest booming clear down. Jones recognises that in position and puts a banger of his own into the net. Lovely stuff from Team Nitro Omega. And it's only 2 minutes in, 4-1 up. Just putting in goal after goal is what you love to see out of them. And it could be another one here. Jones on the backward. A follow-up from Wall. Finally gets himself on the boards. You know, what do you say about this, Danny? This is just utter domination at the moment.
I wouldn't call it domination. Is Ascension really here? Because it seems to be like 3 play here for Nitro at this point in time. 5-1, a thumping scoreline. Oh, there's a lot of work to be done for the team, naturally, for Ascension, but they have a luxury of a best of 7. And I don't think they'll even get to that point. They will need 1 game, and that's all they'll get to sort it out.
Yeah, of course, these best of 7s, really. But it could slip away from you very quickly before your very own eyes if Team Nitro Omega keep this level of play up. A lot of work to be done, as you said, for Ascension if they want to put themselves back into the series, because they're not having a good day at the moment in this game in particular. However, Dennis does get a shot finally, but there is no one in the defense. Again, they overextended, but I don't think you can blame them because they're just going to try go for anything they can at this point.
At this point here, anything I don't mind gets themselves motored along. Ascension, they just need to trust each other, play the ball, work it. just feel the game, because your opposition's not necessarily going to take the next 2 minutes seriously. They know they've won it. They might let 1 or 2 goals. It's just for Ascension. Just use the time, warm yourself up. At this point here, don't even think about the comeback. Your mind should be and will be on the next game.
Yeah, it should definitely be. And I talked about this earlier with mentality. You know, you always want to think of the game as 0-0, even if you're this far down in a game. Just think, okay, it's a best of 7, you're going to be 2-1 down, okay, who cares? You know, get yourself into that reset and just play normally for the rest of this game, and you'll try to figure something out against this Team Nitro Omega side and take that into the next game, and hopefully you can get a win there. So we'll see what Ascension can do with the time remaining in this game, if they can maybe get a couple of goals just to bring some confidence back in themselves, because I've been seeing a lack of it in much of this game. As I was saying, Wall getting this one out. Dennis tries to take this one for a dribble, but he is shot down again. Sherry now. Take this up the wall. Looking to make a potential solo play. Has one more touch for this, but it will not do much. It will just hand it straight over to Jones. Dennis with a demo. That's a good start for them. Chucho again might make a solo play, but Tempest just going aggressive there. Not afraid to make that challenge on Chucho. And it's now Dennis. It's touching down. Jones on the back wall and it's dropping down. Tempest can't make the read. As now Cherry getting it out. Can he find maybe 1 goal just to console themselves in this game? As it's Tempest up. Again, it's the back wall. Dennis needs to try and make this clear, but it's hanging in front of the net. And it looks to be the Brazil. Wall will send that one through. And yeah, that's just really salted the wound at this point.
I'm just happy we got the Brazil.
Well, same actually. To be fair.
I haven't had one in 3 months.
In 3 months? That's quite
been a very long time.
Very long time. I don't even remember the last time I got a Brazil. Hell, maybe I got more than that in all the ranked games I play, but it's happened here again, so we're happy to see one in this one. We get at least 1 Brazil in the playoff stream. Maybe more to come, we'll see. Maybe in this series, we don't know. But 20 seconds. Chucho now. Maybe looking to get one back, break the Brazil, but maybe they want to go by the tradition, you know, just leave it as it is. But Dennis is going to try to say no, but Jones is going to shut him down. It's now 10 seconds. Just going to run a clock down and get moving on to the next game. I think Ascension are a bit fed up of this game in particular right now. Just got slapped around a bit basically. It's as if they weren't even there in the first place, if I'm being frankly honest. Cherry just kills it. Team Nitro Omega now 2-1 up in the series, Danny. You gotta ask, what do Ascension do now? Because, you know, they got absolutely thumped in that game. They gotta really make some huge changes if they wanna, you know, match up to Team Nitro Omega right now.
Well, you say big changes. It's very simple changes is all what they have to do. Speed the game up. Trust that your teammates there and just make sure you hit the ball when it's your turn. Make sure the third man's there just to clean up if that is a mistake ready to happen. If you're in any doubt, reset and play from defense. This Ascension here, trying to do too much too quickly and just handing the win straight over to their opposition too easily.
Yeah, so really just gotta go back to basics, I feel like would be the answer for Ascension. You know, maybe that's a big change. You know, don't try to go for anything too sophisticated, just do basic everything and just go from there and build your game up once more. So let's see if they will manage to do that well going into the next game. Well, here we are into the 4th game of the series. Of course, Team Nitro Omega taking a big 7-1 victory in the previous game. As now Ascension just look to respond, reset, and try to get back into the series because it is massively important if they want a chance of promotion to Division 2. And it all lies on winning this series here. It's a tough task, but we all know they are capable of it. Let's see how they handle it. As we are starting off in the Ascension half. Bit of pressure building here for Team Nitro Omega. Cherry getting the clear out. Jones, a weak shot there. Allows Dennis to get the clearance out to the side. Chucho chase this one down. Blocked off by Wall, but Dennis now. We're going up to that. Wants the backwards. Wall again. Will we make it a clearance out to the side? Cherry wants the back wall. Dennis coming in potentially for a shot, but not at a very favourable angle. We'll go for a pass though into Chucho. He tries to pre-flip into that one again. Forces two defenders to commit though, but they will be able to boom it back to the field. So Wall taking a touch. Setting it high. Chucho trying to get to it. It looks to be a flip preset from Wall, but he can't make any use of it. So Jones in the middle. Tempest puts that shot wide. And Chucho try to get out of the corner. Dennis just booming that one out the field. Jones drops it. Cherry does get it out. So it's still 0-0, Danny. A minute and a half in. Ascension seem to have reset, like we said, just playing the basics at the moment. Not yielded anything so far, but just seems like adjusting to this new playstyle is what you need to do right now.
Well, it was the right idea, adjusting perfectly well for the time being. It's a little bit too slow for my liking. But again, there's a few opportunities here that Nitro could have easily put on target and scored from, but they have got into it, trust the second and third man effectively, and able to get away with their transitional game, non-existent mind you, in their only attempt, come from that original pre-flip attempt. As you said, got two members out, but a shame they brought that original amount of pressure onto them. They have to be aware what their shots are doing, because it can backfire suspendedly well, but with 2 minutes near enough, I would say that's going to be your silver mark of the territory of Ascension. Get 1 goal now. This series will keep on going.
And as you say that, Danny, here comes the first goal, and that's what we want to see out of Ascension. Great 1-2-3 passing play. Cherry over to Dennis, and then Dennis sees Chucho in the mid, and he just needs to go for that ball onto the target, and he'll send that one through. Ascension, that is what you need to see out of them. The first goal here. All they got to do now is just hold on, but keep playing it as if it's 0-0. As we said earlier, that's the best mentality for them right now. Just don't panic, have the lead. You can hold on to it. It's okay. As our Wall's taking this one for an air dribble. Chucho can't block it actually, but Cherry has an easy read on this one. Tempest up again. Can't find contact. Dennis forced to put it with Jones. That's dropping into the box, but brilliant save from Cherry. As now Dennis bumps his teammate out of the way. There's a bit of panic on the side of Ascension. So Cherry will be able to alleviate some of that pressure for now. Here comes Tempest. Air dribble coming out for him. Chucho getting the drop here. Jones with a shot on net. Cherry sends it high again, and Chucho will have to put it onto the back wall. Now Dennis finally securing this clear. So he will advance again. As it's the centre. Jones drops it. Cherry will be turning onto this one. Onto the back with a demo from Dennis, and it could be a free shot for Chucho. He drops it through. And there we go. The aggression from Ascension paying off once more.
It was a wonderful bit of demo coming in from Dennis. And Gaff, they give much credit here actually to Cherry. There was a little subtle touch. Pops that up. It could have easily went onto the backboard and ricocheted away with much pace. He just got enough onto it and allowed that ball to go in. 2-0. They had the advantage until that moment there. Oh, Dennis.
Dennis. What on earth happens here, mate? I think he just hesitated a bit too much again. He just had to turn, go for the ball, hit it away. That's all he had to do. But he took way too much time and ended up having to make a decision, you know, in a split second. And it resulted in him converting into his own net. But just shake it off for him. Just forget about it. As now it is 2-1 once again. They still hold on to this lead. Now Dennis push this one up the field. Is Wall taking control of this one. Cherry into the back ball. As now Chucho off the ceiling. Jones will push it away. Dennis. Let's see what he can do with this. Just trying to bait in Tempest. As Cherry demos a player in the midfield. The one that matters. Wall will come in. Tempest off the back run to Wall. They'll equalise now.
This is the same Ascension right now, is just mentally suffering. It's just relied on Dennis to be that spine once that mistake has occurred. Chucho in defence is near enough hopeless, and Cherry, that's our golden striker. He's able to get those opportunities. You do not want to leave that man there in defence. You know you're going to be suffering too much. And again, they have conceded due to the position. conceded to the communication and conceded by a lack of awareness, and they've just handed the lead straight back over.
Yeah, it just seems like they're going back to the way they played the last game, not trusting each other enough. And, you know, you just gotta say reset at this point again. Just, you know, go back to basics, trust each other again, have the basic rotations in mind, and that's all you need. But off the kickoff, Will gets his third goal, the hat-trick here. This is just Ascension completely crumbling in the latter stage of this game, Danny.
Crumbling at this case here. I think the trash has been taken out and ready for the accelerator now. That's all that's left of Ascension at the moment. Bare Reiches, they just need a... Well, frankly, at this point, I wouldn't even worry about the reset. Just throw everything at it. You're practically one game away from being eliminated. You just have to get something going and just hold on to it, grasp at it, because what they have been doing was working, and now their opposition has adapted to it far too easily for anybody's liking. And that 2-goal march is a small comeback, but again, we haven't seen enough from Ascension to warrant it.
Yeah, and as we say that, Will with his 4th goal here, as we're saying, at this stage, with you this close to elimination, you lose this game and it's just one more game for your opposition, you're done for. You just gotta throw everything at it, but it doesn't seem like they're doing that. It's just a 5th goal now for Team Nitro Omega. It's much like the last game, Danny, where they're just putting in goal after goal, and Ascension have zero response to it. And this could just as easily be the 6th now. It's on the line, and Sherry will manage to get this one away at least, but not enough, as Tempest will put them on top left. 6-2 now.
Ascension was walking around their own field. They saw the ball going towards their net, and they were at walking pace. I think maybe even crawling for one of them. It's a shame, because you should be scrambling, you should be getting there. Your heart should be on your sleeve, pounding and pressured, sweating with the drip. And at this stage here, it doesn't seem like they're even trying, or they've just already so defeated they don't want to play any further. And you know what? One game away. I don't know if Ascension will be there and ready to fight for it, but I hope they are, because they're a good side on their day. Just right now, they just look so complex and bamboozled. I don't think they know where they are at the moment. Yeah, it just looks like they're so out of it at the moment. These last 2 games have just been absolute shambles for them. And it looks like Team Nitro Omega want one more just to pad the stats, but I think Chicho's going to have none of it. It touches the ground. 3-1 to Team Nitro Omega in the series. One more game and they'll be through to the promotion playoffs. Danny, you gotta say, it's gonna be a huge task here for Ascension to come back into the series. It looks like it's a potential server reset actually for here, so we'll get the server remade during the break. And so yeah, I think we'll just hop to the break right now. We'll get the server reset and then we will be back here with the 5th game of the series. Here we go into game 5. Match point for Team Nitro Omega. Ascension have looked so out of it these last 2 games, and they've really got to bring it now when it matters the most if they want a chance at winning this series. They've got to win 3 in a row to do it. Let's see if they have what it takes, as it will be Dennis. Chadbush just wants the opposition to happen. It's actually an open it for Chicho. They will convert it, and it looks to be Ascension getting off the right foot yet again, Danny. It's very reminiscent to a few of the games this series alone. Bit of aggression, bump on the keeper. Chicho goes and scores it. Much more safer, I'm happy with that. But sadly, Faded, I hate to remind it, they got the second goal and still lost it, so maybe their fate is already determined.
Perhaps, Donny. Maybe it is, but we'll see if they can break the script. Maybe it's Chucho to do it with his second goal to put that one top shelf. And there you have it, the 2-goal lead coming out in just 30 seconds.
Such impressive accuracy this time around. Crossbar, not an issue. You have to question yourself, is he able to put that well, that fast to on target? Why isn't he not capable of doing it much more consistently throughout the series? He has to test the keeper, has to do much more. And Dennis, oh, that's a good attempt. At least get the keeper up in the demo. Ascension, I know I said about reset, but they have to be at least ready to be raring to go. And this will be, should have been tucked in. Sadly, the save comes against them. And Ascension unlucky to be 3-0 up at this stage.
Yeah, they're looking a lot better in this game. We mentioned they had to reset, but it looks like they're starting to bring some new tactics into this game. But as I say that, the defense is just not there for them, and it will be a goal back for Team Nitro Omega.
Well, the goal straight back. I mean, Jones had such a wide open net time. He had a spot to place, popped it into that 1-2-1. And Nitro, they're doing everything right they need to do. Willing let the Ascension slightly overextend, hit them quick on the counter, and by the time they're able to respond or even see what's happened, the goal's already gone against them, and they will, well, don't need to adapt because it's working so well throughout the series, and the second attempt this time around is near enough close to the net already.
Yeah, and as we say that, Tempest absolutely bangs that one in. Danny, we gotta say, you know, didn't take them that long to get back again. It seems like the fate has been determined, as you said earlier. 2-goal lead for the Ascension, and then they give it away that quickly. Just got to say, will Team Nitro Omega keep the momentum rolling at this stage?
Well, at this stage here, Ascension's done and dusted. I think at this point, just, I would say, put your controller down. I would love to see them go on. I've seen them throughout many seasons when I was a regular caster here, Faded, but at this stage here, I think it's all over and done, and this ball should and signifies 3-2.
3-2 to Team Nitro Omega. They're coming back so quickly in this game, and there's a scramble on the Ascension defense again. You just hate to see it from them. 3.5 minutes. Ascension can still pull themselves back, but at this rate, mentally, they're just not there at the moment. They've got to be able to hold on to these leads when they have them, because they've given them away. That's twice in a row now in this series. They had a 2-goal lead in that last game as well. And so here comes Dennis. He's pushing up. He's got a shot, but it's straight into wall. As now Chucho puts it into the corner, looking for a second touch. He makes it into the center, but it's just over to Jones. Now Wall looking for a solo play. I think he was trying to go for a flip reset, but he can't reach it in time. It's now Tempest onto the backboard. Chucho and Cherry both up for it, but they do manage to get out into open space for Dennis. And it all go onto him. He is blocked again. Chucho got to be up this fast, but Tempest just outpaces him. So Wall, therefore, that pre-flips into it, sets it for Jones, and that is just a creative play there from Wall to put it into Jones. And they're just really piling it on now, Danny. 4-2.
It's so simply sublime. Cherry, right idea in the attack, and that Wally to Jones, the pre-flip pass. There's even pros in the world who will sit there and go, I wish I could have done that. They have. Just that little bit of flair, a little bit of cheekiness to it as well, and a bit of needle as well. Faded. Pre-flip gang written by Nitro this time around. Ascension was earlier, and that will always tell the tale. When the opposition was sitting back, waiting, making you suffer throughout the pain, now the 2-goal margins against them as well. I think it could just get even bigger.
Yeah, that was nearly the corner read shot from Wall. They're just putting some finesse onto everything they're doing right now. It's really throwing off the Ascension team. It must be so frustrating to be like, how can we stop this? I wish I could do that just like them, but unfortunately you don't have the same level of finesse as Team Nitro Omega as Ascension. Maybe Chucho did, but here's not enough. As we speak of him, he does get a shot on net. Dennis with the follow-up is so wide in the net. Chucho gets a bump there. It does allow Cherry to have a chance. Now Chucho with the shot, he does convert it. A hat-trick for Chucho here, and he does give a chance again to Ascension now, Donny.
Well, it's the first time that Ascension's actually broken 3 since actually the game they won 4-2. That's a long time ago. They'll need to find at least one more here, Faded. Just even to send it the OT. Just let that sink in to keep their chances alive in the playoff. They need to score effectively double than they have throughout on averages on their series losses. And that demo, well, it's alright, just inviting the pressure in, just can they deal with it?
Well, looks like they're not dealing with it so well at the moment, but as I say, that Cherry secures a clear, but this wall bangs it right into Chucho. So now, it's Tempest again, putting this one into the middle. Dennis, he is tackled by Jones, but it's still out of the way, but now Wall is so quick to that. Now Chucho just gets it right out, that's what he needs, get rid of that pressure. Now here comes Dennis. Into the centre once more, Chucho up forward as he goes for the shot. It was a good try, but it's just wide the net. Now Wall, into the middle. Looks to follow up again, he's going for the solo play. Chucho, great work on the defence there. 1 minute left, Tempest air dribble attempts. And it's just right now, Danny, Team Nitro Omega keep the pressure on. I feel like they're just so much faster in the offense and the Ascension defense can't keep up with them.
You're absolutely right, it is just that being the major issue. Be able to slightly slow it down, Ascension would be a nice idea, but frankly at this point here, they need to outpace it. They're down by that 1 goal. They're effectively facing elimination. They need to keep the pumping into the attacking now, because the more time they're on defense, they're not going to have any opportunities, and Dennis is just bumping his teammate out of the way. That just signifies how bad of a night Ascension really is having.
Yeah, well, can they make it back now? Cherry with the boomer downfield, it forces 2 defenders onto that, but Jones will still have control of this. 10 seconds. The final attacking chance here for Ascension. Can they do it? The answer is no. It's pinched into the box again. One more here to secure it. Maybe it's off the post. This is still up. Ascension really got to keep this ball in the air if they can. Chucho into the centre. Cherry, you need to go for this now. He keeps it high. Walt does let it drop, and that is it. Team Nitro Omega secure 3rd place, and Ascension will be eliminated from promotion relegation contention.
I'm not saying I'm not surprised. I was watching the first match with Ascension. They lost at 4-3. I didn't think they played particularly well in the last game. It was an absolute horrendous display, and I think mentally they never reset from it. It was a poor recovery into this series, and just alone this is brought on to them. And do you know what? Next season, a bit of work required, but well, Nitro, well played. You just done everything right by the textbook, and rightly deserve the 3rd spot.
Yeah, they did rightly deserve it. I couldn't agree with you more there, Danny. This spectacular performance from Team Nitro Omega, especially to bounce back after losing in such a devastating way in their last series, Ascension Chronos. To bounce back and now come here and get a very convincing win. Very well done for them. So congratulations to Team Nitro Omega. You guys will be heading off to the promotion playoffs in a couple weeks time. And of course, unfortunate loss there for the Ascension team, but of course, very well played to you guys, and thank you for coming out here. And of course, keep on working on yourselves for next season. I see potential in that team. I hope they can do well in Division 2 next season and see themselves in Division 2 maybe in the future. But regardless, that is the end of that series, ladies and gentlemen. We've now got 1 more match left to go. It is indeed the grand finals between Ascension Chronos and Darklight Esports. So we're going to hop again to a short break, and we'll be back with you guys in about 10 minutes time.